Did you know your brain can shrink by up to 5% every decade after turning 60? That's not a random guess. It's a real finding published in Neurobiology of Aging. And here's the part that no one tells you. This isn't just about memory loss. It's about waking up with your thoughts already scattered. It's about needing 3 cups of coffee just to feel normal. And it's about forgetting why you walked into the kitchen again. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying it because we deserve better answers. You've lived too long, worked too hard, and loved too deeply to walk through your golden years in a mental fog. And if you've just found this channel for the first time, I invite you to subscribe. We're building a community here, a place where knowledge becomes power and aging becomes something we own with clarity, not confusion. You see, the reason I bring this up is simple. Every night, your brain enters one of its most energy-demanding states, memory. Consolidation. That's when it sorts, filters, and files away everything you experienced during the day. But here's the problem. Most brains over 60 are running on unstable fuel. By 2 or 3 a.m., many of them are sputtering. And that's why so many people wake up feeling like they barely rested at all. We often talk about blood sugar for diabetes, but what about brain sugar? Glucose is your brain's primary fuel. When it drops too low during sleep or spikes wildly, your neurons pay the price. You lose coherence, you lose focus, and over time you lose ground. But here's the good news. The fix doesn't come in a bottle. It comes from your kitchen. Tonight, I'll show you 3 familiar beans. Nothing fancy, no trendy superfoods that can help stabilize your brain's energy supply through the night. These aren't miracle cures. They're real time-tested foods that work with your biology, not against it. This isn't just about eating better. It's about thinking better, sleeping deeper, and waking up with the mental energy to do what you love. Whether that's gardening, reading the newspaper, or remembering every detail of your grandchild's story. We're going to start with lentils, and trust me, it's not what you think. It's easy to overlook lentils. They're humble, earthy, and rarely make the headlines. But inside this tiny legume lies one of the most stable sources of brain fuel nature has to offer, especially for older adults struggling with mental fatigue and nighttime brain drain. When you eat lentils in the evening, something remarkable begins to happen. As you sleep, the slow-digesting complex carbohydrates in lentils are released gradually into your bloodstream. Unlike white rice or starchy potatoes that spike your blood sugar and crash it hours later, lentils provide a steady release of glucose, the primary energy source for your brain. Why does this matter? Because your brain never truly sleeps. During the night, it goes through intense neurological activity. It prunes weak connections, strengthens important ones, and reorganizes your cognitive map. But it can't do that without fuel. And unstable glucose levels are one of the most common reasons seniors wake up mentally foggy even after a full night's rest. In a 2021 study published in Frontiers in Nutrition, researchers observed that older adults who consumed slow-release carbohydrates before sleep experienced 28% better cognitive performance the next morning. Their memory recall improved, their processing speed increased, and most importantly, they reported feeling more mentally refreshed within the first hour of waking up. Lentils don't just offer slow carbs. They also contain folate, a B vitamin crucial for neurotransmitter function and mood regulation. Low folate levels have been linked to cognitive decline and late-life depression. A 2019 review in the Journal of Clinical Psychiatry confirmed that seniors with higher dietary folate had significantly reduced risk of both. There's another nutrient at play here, iron. Many older adults unknowingly suffer from mild iron deficiency, which limits oxygen delivery to the brain. Lentils, especially red and brown varieties, offer a plant-based form of iron that supports circulation and mental alertness over time. Take George, for example. He's a retired teacher who told me he used to wake up groggy, unable to focus on his crossword puzzles until late morning. After adding a small lentil soup to his dinner 3 nights a week, he noticed his thoughts sharpened, and his mind felt calmer in the early hours. He didn't change anything else, just that one shift. Now, before you rush to the stove, there's a right way to use lentils for brain recovery. The key is timing and preparation. Aim to include lentils in your evening meal, ideally 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. Soups and stews are excellent because they're easier to digest and allow the carbohydrates to work gently through the night. Combine lentils with brain-friendly herbs like turmeric or rosemary. If you enjoy experimenting with flavor, avoid pairing them with heavy red meat or overly salty broths, which may interfere with circulation during sleep. If cooking feels like too much, pre-cooked lentils are available in many stores. Just warm them up with olive oil and a pinch of sea salt. You don't need a mountain, just half a cup is enough to support overnight brain repair. The beauty of lentils lies in their simplicity. They don't promise miracles, they don't hype themselves up, but they work quietly, steadily, and reliably, especially when your brain needs gentle fuel to do its nighttime healing. This is just the beginning. The next bean on our list does more than fuel your brain. It helps calm it. And when it comes to nighttime, focus. That can make all the difference. Chickpeas might not strike you as a brain food, but when it comes to balancing neurotransmitters and supporting overnight focus, few ingredients work more quietly or more effectively. These beige little legumes carry a powerful nutritional profile tailor-made for aging brains, especially during the hours when your mind is supposed to reset. The most important feature of chickpeas is their unusually high concentration of tryptophan. This amino acid is the raw material your body uses to produce serotonin, a neurotransmitter responsible for mood stability, emotional regulation, and the sleep-wake cycle. As we age, serotonin production naturally declines, which contributes to nighttime anxiety, shallow sleep, and even early waking. But here's the critical link. Serotonin doesn't just help with mood, it's also a precursor to melatonin, the hormone that governs your circadian rhythm. If your tryptophan intake is too low, your melatonin production suffers, and so does your brain's ability to enter deep, restorative sleep. Chickpeas offer a stable, plant-based way to raise tryptophan levels without the risks associated with high-protein animal sources that may interfere with sleep when eaten too late. In 2020, a randomized controlled trial published in Nutrients demonstrated that diets rich in natural tryptophan improved both subjective sleep quality and next-day working memory performance in adults over 55. The effect was strongest in participants who consumed tryptophan sources during their evening meal. But it's not just tryptophan that makes chickpeas powerful for the brain. They're also packed with vitamin B6A coenzyme vital for the synthesis of serotonin, dopamine, and GABA. These are the very chemicals your brain uses to regulate thought speed, emotional balance, and mental clarity. Without enough B6, your brain struggles to convert raw amino acids into usable signals, especially during times of stress or cognitive demand. A 2017 observational study published in the Journal of Nutrition, Health, and Aging linked higher B6 intake to reduce cognitive decline among older adults over a 6-year period. Participants with the highest intake maintained better verbal fluency, working memory, and orientation scores compared to those with lower B6 levels. Chickpeas also support blood sugar regulation, a factor that's deeply tied to mental performance at night. Thanks to their rich fiber content and low glycemic index, chickpeas slow the absorption of glucose, preventing the rapid blood sugar swings that can interfere with deep sleep or cause early morning grogginess. When your brain has access to consistent moderate glucose overnight, it performs better in memory reorganization, synaptic repair, and emotional processing. A 2022 article in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience emphasized that metabolic stability during sleep plays a crucial role in long-term memory consolidation, especially in aging populations. For those concerned about inflammation, chickpeas provide a quiet but powerful ally. Their natural polyphenols and magnesium help reduce low-grade inflammation, a key driver of age-related cognitive decline. Studies show that legumeric diets support better long-term brain health in older adults, and they're easy to enjoy. A scoop of mashed chickpeas with olive oil makes a comforting evening side. Roasted chickpeas work as a warm snack. Even stirred into soup, they deliver calm, steady energy through the night. 2 or 3 servings a week at dinner are enough to support your brain's nightly recovery. Because at night, it's not just your body healing, it's your mind too. And while chickpeas lay the groundwork for overnight calm, the next bean goes even deeper, guarding your brain from one of its biggest silent threats, unstable glucose levels. Not all energy crashes happen during the day. For many older adults, the most dangerous dips occur while they sleep, and they never even realize it. Waking up foggy, anxious, or forgetful isn't always about poor sleep quality. Often, it's about blood sugar instability in the middle of the night, and few foods offer a better defense against this than black beans. Black beans are rich in resistant starch, a type of carbohydrate that digests slowly and feeds the body with a steady release of glucose. Unlike white bread or sugary snacks that spike and crash your blood sugar, black beans create a slow, even curve, providing your brain with a stable fuel source across the night. That matters because your brain depends on a constant supply of glucose to maintain synaptic activity, cellular repair, and memory consolidation during deep sleep. A 2021 study published in Nutrients found that adults over 60 who consumed higher levels of resistant starch had significantly improved insulin sensitivity and nighttime glucose stability. This stability was linked to better cognitive performance the next day, including sharper attention and faster reaction times. But glucose stability is just the beginning. Black beans are also high in anthocyanins, natural plant compounds known for their antioxidant effects in the brain. These compounds help protect neurons from oxidative stress, a key contributor to age-related cognitive decline. In 2020, a clinical trial published in the Journal of Agricultural and Food Chemistry demonstrated that diets rich in anthocyanins improved executive function and working memory in older adults over just 8 weeks. What makes black beans especially powerful is their ability to combat two threats at once: fuel imbalance and inflammation. When your blood sugar crashes during the night, your body often responds with a spike in cortisol, the stress hormone. This can disrupt your circadian rhythm, fragment your sleep, and leave your brain feeling unrefreshed. By stabilizing glucose, black beans help prevent this cascade, protecting both your sleep and your cognition. They're also one of the best plant-based sources of magnesium, a mineral essential for over 300 enzymatic processes in the body, including the regulation of nerve transmission and muscle relaxation. Low magnesium levels have been linked to sleep disturbances and poor memory. Black beans help restore that balance naturally, especially when eaten as part of your evening meal. One of my patients, Daniel, used to wake up multiple times a night with his mind racing and his energy crashing by morning. After switching to a simple dinner that included black beans 3 nights a week, he reported feeling calmer at night and clearer in the morning. He called it his mental reset food. Nothing else in his routine changed, but that one shift made all the difference. So how should you use black beans? Whether cooked from dried or canned, they work best as part of a simple evening meal. A small bowl of black bean stew or mash with olive oil is enough to deliver slow, steady fuel. Just half a cup eaten 2 to 3 hours before bed can make a real difference. Black beans don't promise miracles. They simply give your brain what it needs most at night: stability, calm, and quiet strength. And once your brain is steady and supported, it's time to take the next step. In the next part, I'll guide you through a clear, practical plan to help you turn this knowledge into daily action. Now that you understand what lentils, chickpeas, and black beans can do for your brain, the next question is, how do you actually make it work? The answer doesn't involve complicated recipes or rigid schedules. In fact, the most powerful results often come from the simplest routines done consistently. Here's what I recommend. Start with choosing just one of the 3 beans to include in your evening meal. You don't need to rotate all of them every night. Pick the one that feels easiest to prepare or that fits naturally into your current dinner habits. Lentils can be simmered into a soft soup with carrots, turmeric, and a touch of olive oil. Chickpeas can be mashed and served warm, perhaps alongside a piece of grilled fish or roasted vegetables. Black beans can be gently stewed or even blended into a light dip. The goal is not variety, it's rhythm. Aim to eat your bean-based dinner about 2 to 3 hours before bedtime. This gives your body enough time to begin digesting while still delivering a steady stream of glucose and nutrients to your brain throughout the night. You don't need a large portion. Half a cup is plenty. What matters is consistency. 2 or 3 times per week is enough to create a noticeable shift in how your brain performs in the early hours of the morning. Less racing thoughts, less fatigue, more calm focus, even before your first cup of coffee. If cooking every night feels overwhelming, prep once and store in the fridge. Beans hold up beautifully when cooked in advance. A Sunday batch can support you through the week with minimal effort. Also, pay attention to how you feel. After a few evenings of incorporating beans into your routine, notice your mood the next morning. Is your thinking clearer? Do you feel more steady before breakfast? These little shifts are signs your brain is receiving the nourishment it has been quietly craving. And remember, you don't have to be perfect. You're not starting a diet. You're starting a rhythm, one that aligns with your body's natural repair cycle and supports your brain in the hours when it does the deepest healing. This isn't just a food plan, it's a reset button, a way to give your brain the stability it needs without relying on pills or harsh interventions. In the final part of this video, I'll leave you with a reminder that you are not alone on this path. Healing the brain is possible even after 60. And it often starts with something as simple as what's on your plate tonight. If you've made it to this point in the video, I want to say something very simple but very real. Thank you. Thank you for taking the time to care for your brain. Thank you for not giving up on your focus, your clarity, or your ability to feel like yourself again. Because truthfully, too many people over 60 are made to believe that brain fog, forgetfulness, and mental fatigue are just part of getting older. They are not. You are not broken. You are not too late. You are not alone. Every step you take, every small change, like a spoonful of lentils or a quiet dinner with black beans, adds up. You may not feel it right away, but your brain does. It notices when you give it steady fuel. It responds when you create space for calm, and it rewards you with clearer mornings, more grounded thoughts, and the energy to show up for your life fully. I've spent over 3 decades helping people protect and rebuild their health, and I can tell you the most powerful healing never comes from a pill. It comes from daily choices, from food, from rhythm, from believing that change is still possible. So, if today's message spoke to you, if it gave you hope or clarity, please consider liking this video and sharing it with someone you care about. Your story might be the encouragement someone else needs to take their first step. And if you haven't yet, I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel. That way, you'll always be connected to this community of people who, like you, are choosing to age with intention, wisdom, and strength. Feel free to leave a comment below and tell me which bean are you going to try first. I'm Dr. James Porter, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, sleep well, eat simply, and stay sharp.